Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Arc Basics, a show where we break down the ABCs of how to start an arc, how to accomplish things, how to achieve things, how to be the best you possibly can be. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Arc Basics. I'm Phlinger Phoo, and you will notice that behind me, we've got one of these little dudes that's just kind of chilling out behind me, because that's what we're going to be talking about today. The Sinomacrops. These guys are absolutely amazing, and they are probably on my runner-up for favorite shoulder pet of all time. They are actually really, really cool. Now, a couple of things. We'll get into what they can do before we go out and we discuss what they can, how you tame them. Now, if you have access to the light emote, if you've tamed a shoulder pet, one of the aberrant shoulder pets, it'll give you the light emote. If you don't have that yet, you can use this with clap. Now you go clap. Like that, and it will actually go through and it will do a scare of all small dinos in the area. I believe the biggest one it'll do is the Hyaenodon, but it'll do Dillos, it'll do Dodos, Lystrosaurus, Pegomastax, yeah, the little annoying seagulls that steal all your narcotics. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, those guys. Yeah, they scare them away. Now, you can set it up. If you hold the R button, you'll be able to you'll be able to tell it to either do the auto scream or just the scream. If you can tell it to just do the scream, you notice this is when it's on cooldown. Or you can go to auto scream. You can enable auto scream, and if you enable auto scream, you can set it to go so whether or not it's aggroed or not aggroed. I'd like to have mine set on aggro, so where basically if you if something aggro's on you and then it comes up and smacks you, it'll scare it away. It's pretty dang cool. I like it. All right, but these guys also have some really interesting abilities other than pooping down your back and then laughing about it. Yeah, you all saw that. Okay, so if you just hit jump, it will actually make you get some air. All right, but if you double jump, it'll actually make you it'll give you a momentary boost, so where you can fly up a little bit higher. All right, but if you are once you decide that you want to go do some gliding, well, these guys are your best buddy, because now you don't have to have the heavy glider suit that goes on your shoulders. You just jump over the edge and press C, and then you will start gliding. Now, you can also glide mid-air, and then you can press your jump button to get some velocity. You can even double jump while in midair, so where you can get even more velocity. And then you can go back down, and then you can start gliding again. The amount of aerial control you have on these guys is absolutely impressive. It is so cool, just what these guys can do. I think it's kind of game-changing. These guys are amazing. All right, but when you're feeding them, they'll only eat chitin, so make sure you feed them chitin. That's what you use to tame them. That's also on your shopping list. Matter of fact, your shopping list should only be chitin. That's really it. I tamed this guy in full cloth armor at level 20 with just chitin. Now, how you do that, it's kind of a pain. And when you go out, make sure you're not wearing chitin armor, or chitin, as a lot of people call it. But yeah, make sure you're not wearing that stuff, because they will aggro on you. But make sure that you do have some chitin in your 0 slot, and then, yeah, hey, let's discuss how to actually tame one of these guys. Alright, now these guys can be found all over the jungle and all over the Redwoods map on Lost Islands. And when you find one out in the wild, your instant reaction is probably going to be to run up to it and go see, you know, if you can tame it. Well, that's kind of not what you want to do. That's kind of opposite of what you want to do. You just want to make sure that you have your chitin in your 0 slot. Kind of get close to it, wait until you see the hearts, and then it will come down and land on the ground, and you'll be able to slowly walk up to it and then give it a piece of chitin, and then it'll run off. I recommend that when you're doing this, that you use the dino tracker, so where you can actually follow where it goes. Now, when it takes off after the initial feeding, it'll take off. Now you have to follow it. Now you have to get within a certain range of it before it'll actually come back down and land, and then you'll be able to slowly walk up to it. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I did when I was first learning how to tame one of these things is try to, as soon as it landed, charge up to it. Now, if you sprint running up to it, what I've noticed is they'll just take off. They scare. These guys are really, really skittish. So you want to make sure that when it lands, you just kind of, you know, duck duck down or just stop and then let it land. Now, if it's coming down to land, you need to make sure that it has enough room to land without going through you, because if it runs into your character's body, it will panic and it will take off. So make sure you're paying attention to that. So if it's coming down at a certain trajectory, just back up and then let it go. And then one of the best ways to actually tame these guys, from what I've noticed, is just kind of follow them around until they either get to the edge of the jungle, because following them around in the jungle is kind of a pain. But once you get to the end of the jungle, you can just take them out. I actually tamed this one over the water, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, following them around in the water and getting them to follow is a bit of a pain, but it's totally doable. There we go. There we go. That's how we do it. And the next one, and with a little bit of persistence, maybe a little luck, you'll have your own Sinomacrops. All right, so there you go. I hope that helped you out. Yeah, hey, good luck with the Sinomacrops, and if the video helped you, make sure you click that like button. I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, subscribe, and until next time, this is Phlinger Phoo, and take it easy, everybody.